Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Colby from Sanitarium Productions. We're back again today with another exciting action figure review. I stopped off at the Dollar General store the other day and saw this cool looking set. It was there for 15 bucks. Space Commander Electronic Sound and Light Space Fighter. Comes in a fairly large box, as you can see, and unfortunately I'm not zoomed out enough to be able to see the entire thing, but you can get the idea here anyways. So yeah, this is a pretty cool looking little set. Front box art looks pretty cool. It shows you everything you get in the set. The back doesn't really do a whole lot for it. Some kind of just generic action feature stuff. Very basic packaging material. The side here, flip it around so you can see it a little bit better. The top of the box here and the other side. It's aimed at a much younger audience than the traditional G.I. Joe stuff that I review here, but it still looks really cool. So because of that, I picked it up because I thought it was awesome. So let's go ahead and just unbox this thing and see what it does. Before we do that, there is this big yellow Try Me sticker on it. So let's see what this thing does. It's got two buttons inside here. It's actually a pretty long sound clip right there, so that's pretty cool. Let's see what the other one does. Gun sound, so that's cool. It's going to get annoying pretty quick, but it is what it is. Got a little bit of tape here on the side. And it slides out really easily. Flipping it over to the back to see what we got as far as to deal with here. A couple little flaps here that are taped in. Go ahead and cut the tape off. Nothing too extraordinary. A couple of these other little flappy things, like we saw in one of our earlier releases for the Kid Connection stuff. So I'm just going to pop that out. And a couple of zip ties. Let's go ahead and snap off the zip ties. And flip it over, hopefully without everything falling out. The plane itself lifts out pretty easily. You get kind of a pretty good idea of the size of this thing. It's not bad at all, actually. We got a figure over here that is zip tied in. Let's snap that off. A figure. The accessory pack here. Another figure on here with a rocket pack. Kind of cool looking. Turn around to the fur top. All the little missiles and guns and stuff have zip ties on them as well. There's a piece of junk there. Pistol and a rifle. Everything else is now just packaging material. I do kind of like the texture they used on this thing, so you may want to save it if you are into diorama customization and stuff like that. It does kind of look a little bit like the deck of the USS Flag for you Joe fans out there. So, what all we got in here? Guns and missiles, a figure, and another figure, and the ship itself. So, kind of a cool set here. We'll go ahead and zoom on these things individually and take a look at them. So let's go to it. We'll start out with the action figure for this one. This is a very plain looking figure. It's made out of a very soft plastic. It's kind of squishy and bendy, and yeah, not a lot of detail work on this thing. The helmet looks really cool. It is non-removable, unfortunately, but it does look cool. Articulation-wise, the head moves actually 360 degrees, and it does have some up and down motion, although I think that's more because of the plastic they're using and not that it was meant to do that. It's just a standard swivel joint, not a ball joint. The arms move around. No waist articulation. The legs move forward and backwards, and that's pretty much it. No knee articulation, anything like that. So a very basic looking figure, but still it's kind of cool. Yeah, it's not too bad. As far as scale wise goes, we're going to use our trusty 25th anniversary G.I. Joe line beachhead figure for comparison. So as you can see, it's close to the same scale, although the proportions are very much nowhere near, but about the same height, so about 3 3/4 inches as opposed to the 4-inch scale for the G.I. Joe line. Still, it's not bad for what it is. Again, this was targeted at a much younger audience, so not going to really take points off for that. I do have a little bit of paint wear on the helmet here. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool. The second figure in the set actually comes with a little bit more hardware attached. He's got a really cool set of rocket boosters. So this concept of a jetpack taken to the extreme, I guess. So it basically looks like they took 2 engine turbines and stuck it on a backpack. Which is pretty cool. I can see where they were going with it as far as like a Space Command kind of thing goes. And it does have some nice detail work on it. The engines themselves look really cool. Nice paint job on it. I mean, it's kind of not a really good paint job, but it's nice that they do have the alternating colors, and the color scheme itself works pretty well here. The figure is held in place by this just strap here. I don't know exactly how you're supposed to get him out other than popping his head off, which may mean that it's not supposed to be removable. The harness here is a single piece, and it's a kind of hard plastic, so we're going to try to pop the guy out. if I can get him without trying to break anything. It's stuck in there pretty well though. Well, I guess that's how you get it out. This little piece here, the harness piece, actually latches in to the back of the jet engine stuff. There's these little tabs right here, and they just kind of lock in place there, and you just kind of pull on them and they pop out. So I have a feeling that won't last long if you're actually playing with it, but it is kind of cool. The figure itself is the same figure as we saw from the other one in the set. It's the exact same figure. This one again has a lot more paint wear on the helmet, so it's they did a pretty poor job with that, but same figure, not too bad. The jet engine pack though is the real winner here, and in case you're wondering, we've got Beachhead again. So let's see how it works if we can attach a Joe figure to this thing. So it fits on here very loosely, but it does fit, so you can he won't stay in place, but you can do something like this to get him to hold on to things and rock it off. You might do a little something with a rubber band or something to hold him in place there, but they do fit in there, so that's nice. So for us G.I. Joe collectors, it's a nice little accessory piece to add to the collection here. And the figures do slip in and out of there pretty easily, so no major problem there. It's just, again, not meant to hold them in place, so it doesn't pinch against them or anything, so it's going to be very loose. But it's still a cool accessory. I do actually like it pretty well. They do some extra painting to it to make it pop a little bit more, but yeah, that's a pretty cool little thing here. Cool jet engine. As far as the other accessory goes, we have this cool accessory tree that has a backpack, binoculars, all this good stuff. So I'm actually going to go ahead and pop these off this tray, and then we'll look at each of the accessories individually here in just a second. So we'll be right back. So here we have all the little accessory bits that come in on the tree, and the two guns that come separately. So to start out with, we've got this one assault rifle. It's got some nice detail work on it. It is a little bit oversized as far as the 3 3/4 inch or 4 inch scale G.I. Joe stuff goes, but for the purposes of these figures, it fits in their hands very easily and looks really nice. Again, a little bit oversized, but not too bad there. That's kind of the problem with all of these is if you are doing G.I. Joe kind of stuff. Luckily these actually fit a lot better in their hands than some of the rest of the cheap sets that we've seen in the past kind of do. But again, they just look a little bit out of place here, but it's still nice to have some little extra bits and bobs to go along with some of the traditional G.I. Joe stuff here. So anyways, nice little assault rifle there. We've got this really large looking assault shotgun. Again, they put a lot of nice detail work into the molds on these things. It looks really cool. Just slightly oversized, but still very nice. We've got two of these little grenades here, which are cool. The only downside to them is that it's kind of hard to get these guys to hold them. They are a little bit oversized, but you can manage it. So two of those. We have a pair of binoculars here. Again, some nice detail work. I think this is the same mold we saw in the dinosaur set. Stick it in their hands pretty easily, and they hold it, and unfortunately can't hold it up to their eyes, but still as a prop it works pretty well. Got a little pistol here. We have a combat knife. Pretty nice looking. We've got this submachine gun. Again, some nice detail work on it. Another submachine gun looking thing. We've got a shovel this time. I don't know why you need a shovel in space, but they have one. And then this really cool looking backpack. Some nice detail work in this thing. And they do have a little hole right there, so I don't know if that's meant for something to attach to it. I don't really see anything like on the shovel that would fit that, but I don't know. You might find something at some point, but it attaches to the character like so, and doesn't fit very well. But if you press it on there pretty hard, it'll snap into place there, and yeah, it works for what it is. A lot of cool little accessories. They didn't skimp out, at least, even though they are kind of a low quality and slightly oversized, but still you get a lot of stuff to play with here, so very cool. And now we come to the part that was the real reason I bought this set in the first place, the cool jet plane. As you can see, it's a fairly large looking plane. It's got a nice aesthetic look. It's got opening canopies. If I can get it snapped back in place. The rear canopy opens as well. Room for 2 figures in this thing. Some attached missiles here on the side. Got a cool looking Gatling gun here up front that doesn't move, but it's there anyways. Some nice details on these intakes. And then looking at the back of it, you've got some nice detail work on the exhaust for the jet engines. If you flip it over, it actually does have landing gear on this thing, which is a pretty cool little feature. They just kind of fold out. Nothing really special about the mechanics there. Then the wheels actually do roll. They're kind of a solid piece here, but they roll at least. We'll pop that one out as well. That one doesn't roll quite as good, but it does have landing gear, so that's cool. Doesn't roll real easily, but hey, it is what it is. There was no instructions with this thing, so we're just going to kind of figure out where this stuff goes, but we do have these 2 sets of missiles. And it looks like, yeah, we've got a little tab thing right there on the side of the wings, so I'm going to assume we just snap these into place. Perfect. Wings attached with the bombs, the missiles. Fit in there pretty easily, so no major problems there. We've got this other large bomb itself, and there's actually a little hole down here on the back side of this thing, the bottom side. And the actual tab part itself, it's they fixed it so that it only fits on there one way. It's a circle here, but it's got like a half of it sheared off right there, so a flat edge. You just line that up and just stick it in there, and it fits in there and actually does a pretty good job of holding it in place. Probably will come off with yeah, if you bang it too hard, the little thing is a little loose and it will fall out. But still, it works. It looks really nice. Got a little place here for your thumb to grab a hold of, or your little one's thumbs, so they can fly around making the sounds, or using the buttons here to make the cool firing sounds. Bear with me for a second here. So if you press the firing button, or the engine button, the little LEDs in the engine exhaust light up, so that's kind of cool. I don't think it does anything. Now, there are no lights for the gun sound. This thing's falling off, so so just to point out a few things here that I see, there's a little bit of wear on the canopy glass here. I don't think you can probably make that out, but it's a little scuffed up, which makes sense considering it's kind of a budget plane thing anyways. But let's see how well these figures fit in here. The canopy won't stay up, which is not that big a deal, but just to let you know. And we take the figure and kind of stick him inside here, and it closes and no problem right there. Then this other one looks like it's a little tighter, but let's see here. The figure kind of fits in here. You may have to fix his arms a little bit and squish him in here. Even then, it doesn't look like the canopy closes too easily. So that's sad. Then I don't know how you're going to get him back out of there. I guess you got smaller hands, this is going to be a lot easier, but yeah, that one doesn't close because of the helmet size. But I don't think the little kids are going to care too much. It's still kind of cool. They got some nice detail work in here in the cockpits. You can see in there. Then the real question we have is how well does the G.I. Joes fit in this thing? So if we toss the other figures to the side for a second, we'll see if Beachhead here can fit in here. He actually fits in there pretty easily. The canopy still is not going to close unless we can get him to wedge in there a little bit further down. If you press on it really hard, it still won't latch. So scoot him down and turn his head sideways, and he fits in there just fine, actually. So that is kind of cool that you can do that. Let's see how well Beachhead fits in the front seat. Yeah, no problems whatsoever in the front seat. So if you're looking for an extra little jet plane for your Joes, or your Cobras for that matter, this is a pretty nice little set to pick up. The stickers on this thing are not the best in the world, but again, it is aimed for a much younger audience, and they work fine for what they are, and they don't really look too bad. I would be interested to see what this thing could look like if you took the time to get an extra set of stickers like from our friends at cobrastickers.com. For the Sky Striker, probably would work fine on this thing. And actually, for your Cobra fans, this may actually work really well with the Condor C25 sticker set. So it's something to keep your mind on anyways. If I get an extra set of those at some point, I may stick them on here and see what they look like. But yeah. So as far as the overall impression of this set, for 15 bucks, it's a really good deal. You do get a cool plane out of it. You get a couple of figures that kind of suck, but for a little kid, they're great. A lot of accessories, guns and grenades and stuff, and a really cool jetpack. So yeah, if you can find a Dollar General store somewhere close to you, go in there and look around to see if they have one of these things. Again, for 15 bucks, it's a pretty good deal. And it's not bad at all. So yeah, I would say it's recommended. Not necessarily highly recommended, but recommended anyways. So good luck finding one. That's it for our review today. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, feel free to drop some comments down below. Subscribe to our channel, like us. Feel free to share it with others if you think it's worth sharing. Till next time,